If you cannot properly manage your stressors, you have a poor quality of life. Being a family physician, every day I have people come into the clinic and they talk about such and such. And if you really delve down, it has to do with a lot of the time they can't manage their stress. They're having poor coping mechanisms for it. The mental rumination, the physical aches and pains, the hormonal changes. A lot of people don't really understand that stress can be a hormonal response as well. It all starts with self-talk and your self-belief. How do you view yourself? How do you think about yourself?
So Dr. Gorman, welcome to Resonant Focus Center. So happy to have you here today with us and have our little campfire chat.
Good.
So I am happy to have you here at the Resonant Focus Center, and especially excited about the conference that you're putting on at the end of July. So the Professional Women's Relaxation Conference. So Dr. Gorman, tell us a little bit about you and then we'll get into it.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for having me here too. It's just, your facility is beautiful.
Thank you.
Just a little bit about myself. I'm actually from the Midwest. I took the trek over to Pecos, Texas, where I currently live right now. I'm a family medicine physician. I did my training in my hometown of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I went off to medical school in New Jersey. Other things about me, I'm a dog lover. I love the little animals. I collect pencils. I love to travel. I love helping people feel good about themselves and encouraging people to get out there and try new things.
So tell us a little bit about your conference.
The conference is basically designed to bring together women of all walks of life. We all have our own stressors in life, but it's to bring us into one area to learn how to better manage those life stressors. We all have different stressors, but my philosophy is that if you cannot properly manage your stressors, which affects every aspect of your life, you have a poor quality of life. That means your work life, your relationships, how you view yourself, how you interact with your family, how do you self-talk to yourself. And so bringing this conference together, we learn how to kind of shift the mindset on what we perceive as our stressors, but then also learn how to incorporate ways that we can incorporate relaxation into our lives. Being a family physician, every day I have people come into the clinic and they talk about such and such. And if you really delve down and have the time to delve down, it has to do with a lot of the time they can't manage their stress, or they have a lot of stresses in their lives. They're having poor coping mechanisms for it. Okay, the mental rumination, the physical aches and pains, the hormonal changes. A lot of people don't really understand that stress can be a hormonal response as well. Exactly. And so when you bring that information to light, like a conference like this, the light bulb kind of goes off. It's like, oh, I had one participant on the first year, she didn't really realize that a lot of the things that she was feeling and going on in her body was due to the chronic stresses that she's having in her life. And so it was such an eye-opening conference.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like I said, everybody can come. All women can come. Any woman who's actually feeling very overwhelmed in life and they're needing some tips to kind of break that mental chain, of the stress and the worry, okay? I forgot to mention too, we're also gonna be having a speaker who's gonna be talking about stress eating, because that's one of the poor coping mechanisms of stress. And we're also having another physician come and talk about our gut, our microbiome.
Love it.
And that's one thing I'm really happy that we're gonna bring somebody, because it is in your gut.
Yes.
It is in your gut.
Absolutely.
And so, learning about that, a lot of insightful tips and education is what's going to be happening at this conference. We're also going to be having some great fun, okay? We're going to have these workshops, these mini workshops throughout the day in which the attendees can actually go in and participate in some of the things that are helpful with stress. And you're going to be hosting one of those as well. And I'm going to be asking you about that too. So for example, we're going to be having like the sound bath, vibrations, vibrations going through your body and calming you down. We're going to be doing coloring. I'm going to be hosting that. That's personally one of my favorite things to do for relaxation. We're going to be having the painting. We're going to have self-hypnosis, actually talking to your subconscious to calm things down. We're going to have somebody teaching about that too. So there's just going to be a whole host of different workshops that we're going to be having during the conference that everybody will be able to participate in if they choose.
And you mentioned men are welcome.
Men are definitely welcome. This. Yes. And so it does say the Professional Women's Relaxation Conference, because of course I'm a woman and that's near and dear to my heart, but men do have stress as well and they're welcome to attend as well, with the knowing that, it is geared towards women, but like I said, men have stress as well, and please come.
And men are connected to women.
Men are connected to women.
So it makes sense.
Exactly. So don't let the title scare you away. You know, we had men come in the past, and it was a great time. They had great fun. Yeah. We also have comedy night too, so we had a lot more men in the audience then as well.
Oh, good.
Laughter is a great way to help relieve that stress.
Yes.
It's very hard to be having a good chuckle and be very stressed at the same time. Right?
I love that.
So I actually have someone coming in to speak about the science of laughter and stress.
Wow.
Yes. And she's going to be conducting a laugh yoga class. I've never heard of that before.
This is fascinating.
I know.
No, I'm just even more excited about this upcoming conference. You know, we have about a month.
Yeah.
About a month and a month and 4 days or so. Not to stress you out. I like to do this tapping. I'm like, ooh, I just felt my body kind of
breathe, Dr. Gorman, breathe.
That's right. And you are going to have some breath work there.
Actually, we are. We're going to have breath work. We're going to have meditation. We're going to have in the morning, actually, that kicks off the conference days on the general sessions. We're going to actually have the optional Tai Chi. So that deals with rhythmic movements, deep breathing and whatnot. We'll actually have a couple of tutorials during the conference as well. And then hopefully that might be something you'll talk about as well in your talk as well. So what deep breathing does is it kind of signals to your body that I'm calm, I'm safe, you know, I can rest and digest, that kind of thing. And that's very crucial in stress management, for sure.
Absolutely.
Very crucial. We're going to be talking about stress and longevity, hypnosis demystified. Stress in me is not an option. So managing stress in your relationships, in every relationship.
Oh, that's so good.
That's a good one, right? Laughing your way to calm. Again, incorporating laughter into your day to help decrease your stress. Fun on purpose. So we have a speaker coming in who's going to be talking about escaping the survival mode. We're always in that, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to, survive, that fight or flight like we were talking about. So intentionally incorporating some fun in your day to help calm that down. Pin your peace. So I'm going to be talking about the power of gratitude and reflection and journaling. So that's definitely one of those research-based things that provides a good release for people, especially if they feel that they don't have anyone to talk to, that kind of thing. Writing it out is a sort of release. It kind of helps that for sure. Decluttering. So I'll admit it, Dr. Dietrich has a issue with that. That's one of her stressors.
Same.
When you just see stuff everywhere, your mind is scattered, and so it causes me a lot of stress too. So we're going to actually have someone talking about decluttering and how you can start to declutter your life, not only physically, but mentally as well. Stress less and bless your bliss by eating. So that's stress eating. Okay, stress eating, like I said, a lot of people run to food, or have other poor coping mechanisms when they're dealing with stress. Minding your microbes, I talked about that. The grip of imposter syndrome. So imposter syndrome is something that a lot of us ladies may be going through, feeling that we don't belong in a certain situation or position when we know we do. So how are we going to be organizing our thoughts and changing our mindset to say, yeah, I belong here just as much as anybody else. I did the time, I'm doing the work, I know what I'm doing, and having that self-confidence and that self-esteem. And then I'm going to finish the whole conference with self-talk, because I feel that it all starts with self-talk and your self-belief, kind of everything. How do you view yourself? How do you think about yourself? So I'm going to be talking about that.
Wonderful.
Like I said, the breakout sessions we're going to be having is belly dancing, okay? Because that's a great form of exercising. It's fun. So we have some ladies coming in from Abilene who's going to teach us about belly dancing. You, of course, don't have to be a professional. It's just a great time.
And just in our regular clothes.
So I'm actually going to be offering, just come casually dressed, but I'm going to be offering the little cute belly dance skirts,
with the little coins fun.
It's going to be a show, I'm telling you. It's going to be so cute.
I love it.
Self-regulation, coloring, painting, reflexology, self-massage and stretching, the sound bath, laugh yoga, and self-hypnosis. And then our featured events, again, we're going to be having comedy night, relax bingo. Okay, we're going to also have a raffle. So that's one of the things too. Every year I pick a different charity to sponsor. So when we collect funds from the Relax Bingo as well as the raffle, 100% of the proceeds are going to go to the charity.
Wonderful.
And this year is going to be Prosperity Outreach. Okay. One arm of that is a program called It Suits Her. And for women who are getting back out into the work field who need outfits, that's one of the things they provide. So I'm going to actually ask each attending if they want to bring one professional outfit, all sizes. And we can donate to that organization so that the women who are going out into the workplace can, pick a couple of nice outfits so they feel good,
Love that.
Yes. And so it's just going to be a great experience. I've had a couple of attendees in past conferences say it's like one of the best conferences they've ever been to. Just the mood is just so uplifting, supportive, fun. It's just a great time. And I know I'm the founder and I know I'm saying it, but it's true. You feel the energy. We're going to have vendors as well. People they can go and shop around for different things too. So it's really comprehensive.
And I found your pricing interesting.
Yes.
And so I really appreciate that, having all different levels of pricing to really make it available and more accessible.
Thank
because
you.
for 2 days of the general session, with your pricing being what it is, I'm amazed.
And thank
Especially
you. Yes.
being in such a beautiful conference center such as the Odessa Marriott.
Yes, thank you for that. I really appreciate that too. I wanted to make it more affordable for like you said, the different people who want to experience different things in it. But the main thing is even the lowest priced, which is the general, there's so much that you'll experience. You basically experience everything. So it's just the middle and the upper tiers. There are a couple of extra add-ons
which
that
is
make
fun.
it just more enjoyable. But everybody will get the same lectures and whatnot for both days. And we feed you breakfast and lunch both days as well. I'm like, come on.
Right. And all the fun things. And I'm sure there's going to be swag bags.
Oh, yeah, swag bags. Yeah, definitely from our sponsors and from the different vendors that are going to be donating. And, it's just going to be a lot of great tools that you can have in the swag bag. There'll be definitely brochures and advertisement, but there'll also be useful items that you can take home with you as well.
Love it. And tell us the dates.
So it's going to be the weekend of July 24th through the 26th. Now, Thursday is the 24th, but that kicks off the VIP. So you're definitely more than welcome to look on the website and see what the whole VIP packaging encompasses, which is definitely wonderful. It's the hotel stay. You get a massage, you get a facial, there's an activity, there's the VIP night in which you'll interact with me, the other speakers, other VIPs, live music, and hors d'oeuvres. The second day, which is the general session, is actually that Friday. So it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday conference. And that starts pretty early with that optional Tai Chi. But then we kick off the conference with breakfast, and then we just go through talks and then our different workout or breakout sessions. Saturday, and I forgot to mention this, actually, Saturday we're going to have the same thing, but during our lunchtime session, we'll have our panel, our professional women's panel.
Great.
So this is one thing that's definitely near to my heart, as the whole conference is, but we'll have different women from different walks of life, different professions, share their insights.
Wow.
You think you know somebody by looking at them or what they've accomplished, but you don't know the backstory, you don't know their struggles.
True.
And so that's what this part of the conference is going to be dealing with. These professional women, quite frankly, making themselves vulnerable, talking about their struggles
On a public stage,
their successes, and just giving us some insights on how they're dealing with their lives, or if they're continuing to struggle, they'll admit that too. And so that's the Saturday. And then at the end of the conference, we'll have like a big surprise. So I'm not going to say what it is, but it's a surprise for the whole audience that we're going to involve ourselves in.
Fun.
So each day is probably
a safe surprise.
It's a safe surprise. It's fun. You're going to love it. I'm telling you. But so each day starts between like 7 o'clock and ends around 5-ish. And so you can have the rest of the day on Saturday. And then, of course, Sunday is free because the conference is over Saturday.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. So I hope to see y'all there. Come meet me, come and say hi, and just come. Don't feel that you have to come with a big group. If you're nervous to come alone, it doesn't matter. Still come alone, okay? You'll definitely be most welcome. You'll have a great time. You'll meet some new people. And then the most important thing is you'll learn some stress management tools to incorporate into your life.
Wonderful.
Thank
Love
you.
it so much. Good.
Oh, thank you.
All right. We're excited at Resonate Focus Center to be a presenting sponsor for the Professional Women's Relaxation Conference. We believe in its mission and how it is going to help women and men and all the people that they're connected to. We are all connected at least to one other person in some way. We were all born. you know. So looking at how we can better ourselves, how that actually helps better eventually our community and then our larger society. So looking at solutions. So
Yay.
love
Yes.
that. Okay, thanks.
Thank
See y'all
you.
later.